What's up, guys? This is LJ here, Lawrencejame, coming at you from Lawrencejame Hearthstone, bringing you guys another arena in-depth commentary. This is our fourth one we are doing, and I'm really excited to get into it. First, I will mention that this video is from my Twitch page, which I just started streaming the other day. So I was messing with the settings when I filmed this arena run, and so the quality isn't amazing. It's not as good as my previous videos, but in the future it will be just as good as the previous video. So it's just for this video, but please still watch it because it gives some great in-depth commentary into the Hunter gameplay, and I think a lot of people struggle with that Hunter class. So yeah, so enjoy it. Check out my Twitch if you're interested in that. It should be like up here somewhere, hopefully. But yeah, check that out. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Thanks. All right, let's do this. I think I will actually take the Hunter here. It's been a while since I played Hunter, so I'm kind of excited to play Hunter actually. These are pretty close picks. The Mana Addict is hard to get good use out of that in Hunter, especially since you don't have many spells early game. It's not like Mage or something, or even Rogue. You get really good use out of that, the Mana Addict. But it's going to be hard to get good use out of that. The Mind Control Tech, one of the best 3-drops you can get. It's pretty good. The Ravenholt Assassin is actually probably best in Hunter most cases, depending on the type of deck that you're running. But if you're running a kind of a bursty deck, this Ravenholt Assassin can do absolute amazing work. So he's a pretty good card, but I will take the Mind Control Tech here. It's overall better at this point. Since it's my first pick, it's going to be pretty good. The Archmage, not so great. I mean, it has decent stats, but it's not great for a 6-drop. It's not going to make a big difference when you play it on turn 6, and that's why a lot of people don't run it. The Raging Worgen, it's okay. It's a 3 for 3/3, and it can get absolutely out of control if you drop it against like a 2/1 or something else. Or if you're playing this in Mage, it's amazing. Spiteful Smith, really good stats. Might get a weapon in Hunter, so it is possible that you do get the effect out of the Enrage. Out of these choices, I will take the Spiteful Smith slightly over the Raging Worgen, just because it is possible that you do get the Enrage, and I already have a 3-drop already, so I will take the Spiteful Smith here. Coldlight Oracle, don't like that card at all. Twilight Drake, it's a really good 4-drop. Oftentimes it can be better than a Yeti. So what's better than a Yeti? Not much. The Emperor Cobra, really good card in Hunter. It's a beast card, and it's a really strong card in Hunter. It can be a late game play, or you can get good synergy out of it with it being a beast. So this is really close. The thing is, like, if I choose the beast, there's a chance I don't have a beast synergized deck. And since my first 2 picks are not a beast, I will actually choose the Twilight Drake here. And I understand that may be a play that many people won't make. Worgen Infiltrator, really good card. Probably one of the best 1-drops that you can have, just because you can leave it in stealth. Like, the reason that a lot of people don't pick the 1-mana 2/1s is because it's so susceptible to dying to hero power, like Druid and Mage and whatnot. But yeah, having stealth counters that exactly, because you can just leave it in stealth if that's the case, so it's pretty good. Scavenging Hyena. So that's a really great card if you have a lot of beasts, which I just passed up on. So that has less value than it does right now. The Freezing Trap, it's okay. It's not bad at all. It stalls out the game a little bit, especially if you have like a weapon. You can get a good a charge out of it, which is pretty good. But this is a really close one. Like, all 3 of these I could justify picking. I'll actually choose the Worgen Infiltrator. It's not reliant on any type of synergy, whereas the Freezing Trap and the Scavenging Hyena kind of is. Abusive Sergeants, it's okay. It's kind of hard to get good use out of it. Like I said, if you get this on turn 1, it's not that great because a lot of the hero powers you'll play against will be able to remove that. So that's not very good. The Ironforge Rifleman, not a great card at all. It does basically what Elven Archer does for 1 mana. And this is 3 mana, and it's a 2/2, so it's really bad stats for a 3-drop. Explosive Trap, it can be good, it can be completely useless. I'll take it in this scenario, just because I value it over those 2 cards. Okay, so Voodoo Doctor, Deadly Shot, or Mad Bomber. Getting those 2-drop 3/2s is very important, so Mad Bomber has increased value. Deadly Shot, really good card in Arena, great removal, great late game. It allows you to, if you played in the mid game, you have really good tempo, so it's okay. Again, Voodoo Doctor not great because it is a 2/1 that's weak to the hero power. So I'll actually choose Mad Bomber here. It looks like I'm gonna need more early game in this deck. Of course, it doesn't synergize well with the Worgen Infiltrator, but I'll pass up a Deadly Shot here. I'll take the Mad Bomber. Oh, wow, this is pretty close. So I value these two cards extremely high. The Argent Commander is one of the best minions that you can get in Arena in general, but you can't pass up on your Highmane. It's such a good card. This card basically wins you games. The Quest and Adventure would be good if I had a lot of early game, but it's looking like this is going to be a pretty balanced control Hunter type deck. So I'll pick the Highmane for now. Flesheating Ghoul, probably the best choice here, just because Frostwolf Grunt has mediocre stats. It's a 2/2, which is not terrible. It does have taunts, but it's not that great. It's okay. I mean, at best case scenario, more than likely it's going to be trading into a 3/2. At worst case scenario, it's really bad and it dies to like a 2/3 or something, and then you're behind the mana curve. Voodoo Doctor again, not that great. So I will take Flesh Eating Ghoul. Not too happy about this choice though, by any means. So Voodoo Doctor passing up. Wow, they really want to give me this card or something. That's ridiculous. Is that 3 or 4? That's crazy. So basically it's between Faerie Dragon and Ogre. Ogre, amazing card. Again, one of the best 6 drops that you can have. One of the best drops you can have in Arena just for its stats. I put it up there with Yeti. I put Yeti slightly higher, but Ogre is a really good card as well. The thing is, I do have another 6 drop, so the Ogre's value is slightly declined, and Faerie Dragon is one of the best 2 drops you can get. And I'm going to need early game in this deck for sure, especially considering, yeah, since this is like more of a control hunter, I'm really going to need a good tempo, because I'm not going to be able to make good use out of my hero power, so I really have to have a clean mana curve throughout the entire arena run. So I will pick the Faerie Dragon over the Ogre, just slightly. Ancient Mage, not really a great card. Alarmobot, obviously not that great, especially in this deck where I don't have much late game to go into. So Stampeding Kodo is definitely a good card. It's really good at Hunter because of the Beast, and yeah, it's just an amazing card. I love Stampeding Kodo. Like, you're always going to have a target with Stampeding Kodo. Pretty much always. So the Rhino, give your Beast charge. So how many cards can I give charge, actually? Just 1. Oh, 2, actually, with the Highmane. But getting that off might be quite difficult. The Oracle, one of the worst cards in Arena. Maybe even the worst card. I don't know a worse card than that. So I'm definitely not picking that. The Starving Buzzard, again, I only have 2 targets for it. So the Starving Buzzard really is not that great. I will take the Rhino here, but really hoping I get more low drop beasts, because that's really what you use the Rhino on. I'm thinking I'm going to take the Deadly Shot here, just because I need that little bit of removal. Silvermoon Guardian, like, I really don't like. I don't prefer this card at all in the 4 slot, because it's basically a Scarlet Crusader, which is a good card. It's a 3/1 with Divine Shield. And but that mana difference between a 3 cost and a 4 cost is absolutely huge. Scarlet Crusader, one of the best minions that you can get in the 3-drop hole, but getting that in the 4-drop hole, like playing that as a turn 4, is not a great play at all. So that's kind of how I view the Silvermoon Guardian. Even though it does have 2 extra health, that oftentimes doesn't even matter. And most of the time it's just removed with the same thing that Scarlet Crusader would be removed with. Lord of the Arena, pretty bad stats for a 6. It's not completely terrible. Like, a lot of people hate that card, but I don't think I'm going to pass up the Deadly Shot here. Deadly Shot's pretty good. It should be really good in this deck. Torn Warrior, pretty bad stats for a 3. Acolyte of Pain, it's going to be really hard to get good use out of that in Hunter. Like, it's really only good in Mage. Or maybe Paladin if you can buff it up with the Blessing of Kings. But in this deck, it's not going to be good at all. Arcane Shot is decent. I'll definitely take it here. It's okay. It's, you know, it's good removal. Another Arcane Shot. So Silverback Patriarch. There we go. That's a very bad minion. Really, really bad. Terrible stats. Absolutely terrible. For a 3-drop, you need to have that 3 attack. Otherwise, you're just going to fall very far behind. The thing is, like, I picked a 3 here, Flesh Eating Ghoul, but the chances are that I'm not going to play it if it's a 2/3. If I can help it. You know, you don't want to play it as a 2/3. You want to play it on a turn where you know you're going to be trading some minions, and you're going to be able to buff up that attack. That's when you want to play Flesh Eating Ghoul. So Silverback is a really bad card. Priestess of Elune, really bad stats for a 6. It's a 5/4. I don't even like that for a 4-drop. I really hate it as a 6-drop. But I am tempted to take it because I'm not sure if I want another Arcane Shot. No, I'll take the other Arcane Shot. Oh boy. So this is like an extremely early game here. Snipe, it could be a decent card in the early game to a mid game, but it has potential to be really bad. If you snipe something like a Harvest Golem and then they get back to 2/1, it's like you just basically wasted 2 mana. And then obviously if you snipe something that doesn't have 4 health. If you snipe something, let's say 5 health, then how are you going to do that extra 1 damage? And that's something you need to consider when you're thinking about using snipe, because you don't have a hero power that does 1 damage. So that's why snipe isn't played that often. Arcane Shot, that would give me 3 Arcane Shots, which is way too many. I can't go with that. I will pick the Worgen Infiltrator. But, yeah, this is a really early game deck. Okay, Mercenary, really great card in Arena. One of the best 5 drops you can get for sure. But my 5 slot is pretty clogged up. Spiteful Smith, again, really good, especially if you had a weapon, but I don't have a weapon yet. Houndmaster doesn't have any targets in this deck. Unfortunately, because Houndmaster is a great card, but it really only has 3 targets. And this is like late game. Like if it was early game, I might think about taking the Houndmaster just because I love that card so much, but I'll take the Mercenary here. My 5 slot is getting really clogged up, so I need to be careful. Just like I was saying, the 5 slot is clogged up, so I can't take the Tundra Rhino, unfortunately. And the Voodoo Doctor is not great. So I will take Freezing Trap. It's okay. It's okay. Like Freezing Trap is better than Explosive Trap in my mind, just because in this type of deck that I'm running, because I'm gonna need that control. Like moving something back to their hand may be the difference of winning and losing. Faerie Dragon. It's looking like a Faerie Dragon pick because the Murloc Raider is obviously very bad. The Stormpike Commando, I actually like that card. It's actually one of the best like deal battle cries that do damage. I think this is the best one in my opinion. But I have so many 5s already that I just cannot afford to take that. So I will take the Faerie Dragon here. I need more 4 drops. Oh, there's a 4. But Animal Companion is really good, and I definitely cannot pass up on that. So the Ogre is decent. It's not bad. Like a lot of people hate on this card, but it's actually not that bad. It's basically an Azure Drake with 1 less mana without drawing a card. So that's kind of bad, but it's not nearly as bad as people think it is. Okay, Knife Juggler. Pretty good. Flare can be really decent in Arena. A lot of people do run those secrets. Not even in Hunter and Paladin, you see them a lot, and Mage, you see them a lot. So Flare definitely has its value sometimes in Arena. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I basically have 5 turn 1 plays, if I have the coin, of course. I will take Knife Juggler, definitely. It's going to be a good card in this deck. Argent Squire, I don't like that card in Arena pretty much at all. It's really hard to get good use out of that. The South Sea Deckhand is pretty good if you're playing Rogue, but if you're not playing Rogue, then it's not so great. Unleash the Hounds, so it does have synergy with Knife Juggler. It does have synergy with Flesheating Ghoul. But it might be hard to get good use out of this card. Like I could see Unleash the Hounds being a dead card in my hand a lot of the games. But I think I have to pick it. I really need a 4-drop. Like I need a 4-drop in these last few picks here. Definitely picking Highmane here. I have too many 5s to take the Kodo here. I do love Kodo though. And this obviously has terrible stats, 2, 3 for 3. And I have no Murloc, so that's not going to help. Pretty happy that I got the Highmane though. That's going to help my late game a lot. Snipe again. No, I'll pass up on the Smite for the Bomber. Bomber, again, really good card. It's kind of bad in my deck, personally, because I have the Worgen Infiltrators here, but I'll just have to be a little careful with that. I'm definitely not going to risk bombering my own Worgen Infiltrator. And then the Magma Raider has 5 attack, but obviously only 1 health, so that's too risky to play against that hero powers that can do 1 damage. Kill command, so how many beasts do I even have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 beasts, which isn't that bad for a kill command. Like kill command, even if it only does 3 damage, is a lot of times that's all you need it to do, just to clear something on the board, which is what this deck is going to be. This deck is going to be based around controlling. So I'll actually take the kill command here over the Spellbreaker, even though I want those 4 drops. That's not really the 4 drop that I'm looking for. Like this 4 drop loses to so many 2 drops and 3 drops, just because it only has 3 health. So Spellbreaker's not really on my my best 4-drop list, so I will take Kill Command, which is a great card. Ooh, whew, this is going to be close. I have quite a few 2s already, with even more early game if you consider the Arcane Shots. Yeah, I think I'll actually take the Highmane here. I could have some major wombo combos, though, with the Pyromancer. But, just because I have so many spells, early game spells. But I'll definitely take the Highmane here. So I have 3 Highmane. It's a lot of Highmane. Oh, beautiful. So a Sen'jin Shieldmasta. Just what I'm looking for. That or a Yeti is really what I'm looking for here. And so I'll be happy to take that. The Timberwolf, it's pretty good. Not really great in this deck, just because I don't have that many beasts, but it is pretty good with Unleash the Hounds and Animal Companion and whatnot. But if I had more of those, I would definitely consider taking the Timberwolf. Freezing Trap, I will definitely pass up for the Shieldmasta. Shieldmasta is so good. Love that card in Arena. So good. Another Hound, no, definitely going to pass up on that. Because I have a feeling this Hounds alone is not going to be great. So I definitely don't want to backlog my hand too much with that. Explosive Trap I'll pass up on as well, just to get that Gnomish Inventor. Fill up that 4 slot. Pretty good card. It's kind of underrated. But I definitely like it a lot. Oh boy. Well, that's not good. So, 3 Arcane Shots, potentially. Or a Timberwolf. I think I actually take the Arcane Shot here, believe it or not. This is so much early game, though. This is going to be a very weird run. Or a weird deck, I should say. Yeah, I definitely can't take the Young Dragonhawk, even though it is a beast. Like, I don't have enough beast synergy to get any use out of that. Yeah, definitely don't have enough. So I'm going to have to take the Arcane Shot, which I'm not happy about. Having 3 Arcane Shots is kind of ridiculous. Yeah. And not much card draw in my hand, so that's why it's so bad. It's not that Arcane Shot is bad. It's just that I have 3 of them, so like it's just gonna as the game goes on, it's gonna get worse and worse for sure. Freezing Trap I cannot afford to take here. I can't pass up on one of these cards. I'm gonna take the Frost Elemental though, slightly over the Booty Bay. Just because I have so many 5s already. Like I already have 3 6s as well. But Booty Bay Bodyguard has really bad stats. This loses to a lot of 3s and or a lot of 4s and even some 3s. And so it's really not that great of a card. It has really bad stats. If it was like a 5/5 Taunter, it would be a really good card. But it only having 4 damage, it loses to things like True Silver Champion and I don't know what else. Like a bunch of other... like a lot of things do 4 damage. It's very easy to do that. So I'll definitely take the Frost Elemental here. Misdirection or Azure Drake. I could take Secret Keeper because I got a couple secrets here, but that's kind of not that great. Azure Drake's one of the best 5 drops you can get. The only reason I'm hesitant on taking the Azure Drake is just because I have so many 5s already, but I still think it's the correct call. Okay, so it's not the best deck I've ever had, that's for sure, but it's not that bad. It's probably... I guess it's just very dependent on my early game, really. If I can get good board control before turn 4, like if I have 2 minions up, or just board control with my spells and stuff, I'll be okay. I'll say it goes 8 wins. I'm averaging 8.7 in the last 2 months, but so I guess I value this slightly below average. But the early game will win me a lot of games. Alright, we are playing against a Druid. Animal Companion is a really great card to keep early game. Especially since I have the coin. I have so much early game that I'm perfectly fine keeping it 3. Like, there's a very good chance I get it 2. And potentially a 1 with Arcane Shot or maybe my Worgen Infiltrator. Okay, so I didn't get 1 yet. Okay, I'll just pass here. Next turn, I'll probably, if I don't draw anything, I'll coin out the Animal Companion.
Put this apple on your head.
Put this apple on your head. I'm actually thinking about freezing trapping it, believe it or not. Because the thing is, Animal Companion. Like, what's the best one I can get? Like, Huffer. Huffer is disastrous. If I get Huffer, then it's really bad. I think I'll actually freezing trap this. If I get Huffer, then, like, it's just going to die next turn. Or even if I get, like, Leok or the Taunter, like, it's just going to die to Hero Power anyways. Or maybe not even. Maybe he summons a minion and Knife Juggler hits it. So I'm just trying to get the most value out of my cards as possible. Explosive Trap would have been better there.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Okay. So he didn't have a 3-drop, so he had to play that. Which I guess technically is a 3-drop. I'll coin out the Shieldmasta here. I was gonna coin out the Gnomish Inventor, but because again, I don't want to play Animal Companion just because of this. I want to play Animal Companion when I already have somewhat of a board, or it's safe against something. So my next play is probably Animal Companion, Infiltrator, or Gnomish Inventor, depending on what he does.
Your magic shall not save.
Okay, that's fine. Ooh, Twilight Drake. I guess I'll drop Twilight Drake here, especially since he just silenced me. So now this is a mistake I see a lot of people make. Now you're trying to decide on who to hit, right? A lot of people are thinking, okay, let's hit this 4-3, right? But the thing is, if you hit this 4-3, now you're weak to his hero power. Like he just kills you, he just kills it for free. Whereas if I hit this, my guy goes to a 3-2, and now suddenly he can't get the trade of the hero power. So yeah, it's potential I take one more damage, but I always make this play. 10 out of 10 times, I always make that play.
Join or die, or both.
Oh, I hit Claw. Okay. That's okay. It's kind of a good answer for him. It gives me full board control, though, if I want it. I guess I'll play Animal Companion and Faerie Dragon. I can do this turn multiple ways, but I want to spam the board as much as possible right now. Okay. That was a pretty good one for me to get. I'm trying to avoid using the hero power as much as possible with this deck because it's not going to be about me bursting them down. It's going to be about me controlling the field. That's the way you win with the deck that I have.
In the light's name.
Whoa, Light Warden. That was unexpected. Holy cow, the value Light Warden. Okay. So I could Sylvanas here. I probably want to clear as much as possible, I think. So it's Savannah, or not Savannah, Savannah. Savannah Highmane. It's that or Gnomish Inventor and Faerie Dragon. Or even Azure Drake, Worgen. So I'm going to make this trade here. I'm actually tempted to kill the Faerie Dragon here, only because I know I have so many Arcane Shots, whereas, like, if somehow he clears this board, then I can Arcane Shot that next turn. But, I actually think that's more likely now that I think about it. Yeah. Instead of him having another heal. Like, it's pretty rare for him to have another heal here. I'm going to make that trade instead of going in the face here, just because, again, this Hunter deck is not about rushing. It's about board control, so trying to get the most efficient trades as possible.
Put this apple on your head.
I don't want to be weak to swipe or anything, where he could just clear it from his hand. Oh, what is that? Drew to the Claw? Oh, Stranglethorn Tiger. Don't hit me. Ah, man, that was good. That was a good shot. So I definitely have to clear the Knife Juggler here. I think I'll go ahead and draw here, actually. Trying to think if I want to... Yeah, I guess I'll do Gnomish Inventor, because then I can play 2 other minions with it. Okay, got my other Highmane. So I'll kill the Knife Juggler. I'll drop the Faerie Dragon and my Worgen Infiltrator. Just spam the field and get me ready for next turn. Because next turn I'm more than likely just going to be playing a big minion here. And then probably using my hero power. Unless I draw something. I have a lot of minions on board right now. Yep, that was probably the correct play by him. So everything I have on board can clear right now. So I want to get the most efficient clears as possible. Knife Juggler might be pretty good here. I think Knife Juggler and Savannah Highmane. And then hope the Knife Juggler hits one of well, actually, I don't think it would matter. Oh, no, it would. If it hits the 5-3, it matters. Because then I can send... No, actually, even if it hits the Yeti, it's fine. Because this... Oh, my gosh, it hit the face. Oh, boy. Okay, so 2-2, 2-2. I'm thinking about not even clearing it. I'm thinking about just going to the face here. But I think it's better that I clear it. It takes it kind of slow, but I actually think it's the right play, believe it or not. It gets his Yeti off the board, which is pretty important. If the Knife Juggler would have hit one of those, I would have been able to save one of my minions. One of the 2/2s.
Where shall I strike?
Okay. So again, he is taking advantage of the fact that I can't do 1 damage with that hero power. Which is why you see Mage, Druid, and Rogue so much. That's why you see it so popular. So since he did that, I'm automatically not going to trade into that. I don't want to give him that good of a trade. Alright, let's see what we draw. Yay! Okay, good. So we can take this thing out without having to die to it. I'll Worgen Infiltrator here too. I don't think there's a reason not to. It plays around Swipe by not doing it, but he only has 2 cards in hand now. It's a Coke product though. Oh wow, so he killed that one. That makes me think he might have... I don't know actually why he would do that. I think I would have killed the Azure Drake if I was him. Until I can deal with the 2/2s better. Because like he's not really dealing with it by doing that. So now... Oh, what's that? Oh, Naturalize. Wow. Okay. I would never draft that card in Arena. Unless literally it was like... I actually don't think I would draft it unless I absolutely had to. Because that just gave me a huge advantage. Okay. I'll just play my biggest threats right now. I'll save the Flesheating Ghoul for when I know my minions are gonna die. Like I want to play it on a turn that he plays like a big minion or something, and then I can throw a Flesheating Ghoul and get massive value out of it.
Where shall I strike?
Like this. Oh wow, Flesheating Ghoul. What do you know? Okay. So like if he wasn't within lethal range, I would Flesheating Ghoul here. But since he is, so again, you can kind of see in that game like we just maintain board control. I'm kind of sad I'm going first, but I'll keep these 2 for sure. Be nice to get my Worgen Infiltrator. Okay, so I got 2, 3. Maybe a 4 if I draw one. So it looks like this will be slightly a better start than my last game.
You know, take candle.
I'm thinking about freezing trapping to save that from dying. But I guess I'll Animal Companion. Because Animal Companion seems like a better option here. Like especially if I get the Taunter. Oh wow, okay, good. So I'm glad I got the Taunter. But even Leok would have been really good. Huffer was like the only semi-bad one, but it just means that I have to kill it with my 3/2. That's all it means. Too bad I didn't have 5 mana here. That was a good play. Okay, so I want to send something out that doesn't die to that. So I'll put out the Mind Control tech. It doesn't spend my mana well, good, but hopefully this hits me in the face. Okay, good. Yeah, this doesn't spend my mana correctly, but that's okay. Like I think a lot of people actually would have Knife Juggler to then maybe Explosive Trapped or something. Huh, interesting. Okay. Well, I really hope that hits the 2/5 here. I could clear that with Arcane Shot, but think I'm okay with this. I'll just pass if it doesn't kill that one. Okay, I just pass here. I'm kind of sad it hit that though, because now he can Mortal Coil it if he has that. He had Mortal Coil. Darn. Might have to freezing trap that guy. Okay, so I definitely have to clear this now. I think this makes the most sense, just to freezing trap it, so it doesn't get too out of control. Like, I really want to maintain board control right now. Whoa, you don't see that very often.
I hope you like my invention.
Does he have, like, literally double Novice Engineer or double 2-drops? I mean, that's pretty pro. Oh, man, that was honestly pretty funny. Okay. So I think I just Highmane here. I Highmane and maybe kill the 1/4. Maybe I'll do that first, and then that gives me a better shot to hit the 1/1. Or I could just kill this guy. I think I have to actually kill the summoning portal here, which kind of sucks. But I think it's necessary actually, and this gives me the best shot to hit the 1/1. Oh, okay, to the face. My knife jugglers suck, I guess. They have no aim. Man, another flesh. Oh, that's the same Flesheating Ghoul. What am I talking about? Man, another Mortal Coil? That's pretty rare. You don't usually see that. I probably have to kill command that. I'll kill command this and then charge the 2/2. This should be really good setting me up for next turn. Because if I can kill something on the board with my Highmane, then the Death Rattle will summon 2/2 with a charge.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Okay.
Pass me that Arclight spanner.
Give me a beast. Okay. I think I killed the 2/2 here, actually. Just because, like, what's the chance of him having another Mortal Coil? Is that Hellfire? Ah, Hellfire. Okay. That's a pretty good card for him.
Do I have to?
Blood Amp. Well, hey, we can take care of that.
You call that a weapon?
Okay. So I'll probably have to clean that up with Arcane Shot eventually.
Hey, give me a minute.
I guess for now I just did this. Like, I could Unleash the Hounds and go to the face and bring him to 9. To 7 even, but I could just do that the next turn. Like, there's probably a better chance he's going to build a bigger board against me. That was a really good Hellfire, though.
Truth is my shield.
Oh, Sunwalker. That's no good. He's probably thinking about life tapping or not. Yeah. It's probably wise not to, honestly. So I have 6 damage in hand. Or 4 damage in hand, really. I think I have to Unleash the Hounds here, though. Or do I wait one more turn? This is actually really close. So next turn, I think I actually wait here. So next turn I'll have 6 damage. So if I can just get these Unleashes to hit the face. The thing I'm contemplating is attacking. No, I guess I can't. No, there's no reason to. Okay. The only issue is that this minion's gonna die, so I won't have as many Unleash the Hounds potentially. So I need 2 more turns to kill him. Basically. Because I'm gonna be 1 damage short.
Join or die, or both.
Okay. Oh, we could get the Mad Bomber value here though. If the Mad Bomber hits him in the face, then I win. Okay, so Unleash the Hounds. Let me think about this. Unleash the Hounds. 2, 2, 1. And then I have 1, 2, 4. So I have less damage that way, but I probably am safer that way. Alright, let's go Bomber. Come on, Bomber. Hit him in the face, baby. Yeah, baby. Alright, we pulled it out, but it was a close one.
Versus throw. For Doomhammer. Let the hunt begin.
Oh, we gotta update our current run here. All right, so I'll keep the Mad Bomber here. I'll get rid of these two. Tempted to keep the Twilight Drake, but since I don't have the coin, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it.
Job's done.
If he coins out a 2-drop, oh, Worgen Infiltrator. Okay, come on, Bomber. Let's be an MVP, baby. Even if you don't hit it, I'll be okay. Just cause you did so well last game. Oh, Bomber. Bomber. He just makes me pay.
That didn't quite hit the mark.
Bomber didn't want any of that.
What to do?
I really want a 3-drop, but I'm still glad I have the Faerie Dragon in my hand. This trade is definitely gonna happen. He's gonna kill my 3/2 here. Hey, thanks, Kaz. Appreciate it, man. Oh wow, he went to the face. Wow, I'm very surprised he would do that. I will definitely kill that, and I'll throw out the 3/3 here because it doesn't die to Worgen Infiltrator. If I throw out the Faerie Dragon, he just makes the same trade that just happened. I'm very surprised he went to the face there. Like, he's basically telling me that he has a lot of damage in hand. Okay. I got one of those too. I'll pass here instead of sending in the 3/3. Just in case he has, like, other removal for my 3/5. I don't want to just lose my 3/3 for free. Hey, Kaz, thanks for following, man. Oh, sweet. Oh, so he's keeping his Worgen Infiltrator alive by doing that.
Who are you?
I think I'll Azure Drake over Ventureco because he has this Stoneclaw Totem out, and I need to be able to play minions next turn. Like, Ventureco is a card you want to play when you're ahead. You don't really want to play when you're behind. Especially when they have taunters, little low-cost taunters on the field. Like, that just counters your own Mercenary, basically. Okay, I think I'll play the Highmane here. I need to get more power out there, like, ASAP. Especially since he just used a Hex. Like, the fact that he uses a Hex makes me basically want to throw out another big threat. This Worgen Infiltrator, man, it's just taking me down. I'm so sad that Mad Bomber had to miss. But such is life. I'll Faerie Dragon over using the hero power because I need to clear his board. That's my best chance to win right now. My board is a lot stronger than his though. Like having the Highmane with the Rhino out there is really nice. Like he needs to start using some of his removal on this. Because my little 2/2 guys are going to come out with taunt, so that'll be nice. Okay, that's going to be hard to get around, but I think I need to kill this here. Oh, he's going to kill it now. Okay, that makes sense, actually. That's probably the correct play. Flesheating Ghoul. I guess I could Bomber, too. Bomber runs a risk of killing my own minions, though. I guess to make that least possible, I'll do this. The thing is, because I really want to play Frost Elemental this turn, so... Okay, we'll see. Okay, I'll take that, that's fine. And then instead of, obviously, killing myself on that, I'll kill the Harvest Golem. I'll freeze this as well so that I can get a value trade into it, like the Bomber next turn. That's the only reason why I didn't Flesheating Ghoul there. Swamp Ooze. He's gonna hex my guy? Okay. That's okay. So I still get the trade that I wanted. And now I get to Flesheating Ghoul. And I'll put out Mercenary too. Since I don't have many beasts, I'm okay killing my Rhino on the Ooze. See, now this is where you want to play the Mercenary, right? When you already have board control. Like, that's the time to play it. Now I have two huge threats out here that he has to deal with. Another Hex. Holy crap. Holy cow. That was an unbelievable answer. I mean, that was unbelievable. He literally had Hex and Big Game Hunter. That is outstanding. That is really, amazing. I mean, I can't believe he had those two cards in hand. That is ridiculous. I'll definitely drop Twilight Drake here. And instead of dropping it back to his hand, I'll just Hero Power. I really don't want to throw that back to his hand. I need to save this for like if he has a big minion or not. That was like literally like one of the best answers I could possibly think of for my board. Okay. Oh, that's a pretty good card. I think I'll get rid of the Spell Power Totem, because it actually could make a difference next turn. I definitely don't want to play either one of these. I want to save on to both of these right now. This trade into the Ooze like allowed my minion to stay alive. So that's the reason why I did that. If I play the Freezing Trap, he just sends a 1/1 back to his hand, which is really not that helpful for me. Pretty good trade for him. So like I'll probably have to kill command that. Arcane Shot. Arcane Shot is no good here. There's no reason for me to play the Freezing Trap because unless it's a Charger, and even then I wouldn't want to Freezing Trap it. But yeah, it's not gonna like I'll always have a chance to put up Freezing Trap after I see what he plays. It's always better. All right, give me I don't know. Actually, I'll take anything. Anything's fine. Okay, that's fine. I'll save my Arcane Shot. It's not really that important to kill the totem right now. I probably need to save it for damage to the face, honestly. Like, we're getting to that point where we're getting a little desperate. Arcane Shot is amazing against 3/2s, though, of course. I was actually thinking about killing the totem here, but this sets me up for lethal next turn, like, really easily. So, it's not that important for me to kill the totem right now. It could be a bad play if he ends up, like, buffing it up somehow, but I think it's fine at this point. Whoa! Jeez. Okay, so I think I have just enough damage. 6, 8, yeah. I was wondering, like, what he was holding on to there. Alright. Alright.
Versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Let the hunt begin.
Okay, I guess I'll keep the Arcane Shot. Or will I? No, you know what? I'll actually get rid of the Arcane Shot. I have so many of them. I have 3. And it's so situational if it's going to be good or not. And since I already have a 2-drop, like, you got to think, turn 1, what am I going to do? I'm not going to be Arcane Shotting. I'm going to be passing. So then my next turn comes around. If he coins out a 2, I'm almost more tempted to coin out the 2 instead of playing Arcane Shot. But it would be a close call. Like, it's not that big of a difference is what I mean. Although I think I would have preferred one here. Yeah, it's funny because like Unleash the Hounds is probably one of the most useless cards in my deck right now. Considering I have like no synergy with it at all.
What you want?
Go Mad Bomber. So let me think. Mad Bomber could be absolutely destructive here. It pretty much is pretty destructive, I think. I guess I'll send out the Mind Control tech and pass. Because there's, like, more than likely he's going to want to make that trade anyways. And this is a better trade if I can get it, the Mind Control tech.
I am not a morning person.
Okay, this looks like a good bomber turn. Although Unleash the Hounds doesn't seem that bad, but alright, go Mad Bomber, ready, go. Just hit this once and I'll be so happy. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with that. I am perfectly fine with that. The reason I didn't Unleash the Hounds there and clear everything is because it doesn't spend my mana great. Like this play with the bomber allows me to play my Faerie Dragon. No matter what happens on the board, if my Mad Bomber does something terrible, like kill my Mind Control deck, at least I'll be able to have enough mana to play the Faerie Dragon. If I didn't have a Faerie Dragon in hand, then I wouldn't have done that play. I probably would have just Unleashed the Hounds.
Mind if I roll need?
I might have to Unleash on that. If I don't draw like a 5 or something. Or a different 2-drop. Okay, I'll do that. That's fine. I would have preferred the Azure Drake. Of course I'm going to go to the face here because I don't want to give him that amazing trade. Like, he's going to want that trade, obviously. He's going to trade one of his 2/1s into my 3/2s. Next turn I have the Highmane. So if I can get Highmane out there on a clear board, that would be really good for me. So you can see we've kind of changed up the playstyle depending on like our position and what we're playing against. Huh, okay. That's kind of big. So I can't clear that next turn without unleashing. Of course I could now. I'm actually tempted to do that. It keeps my 3/2 and my... I guess it's not worth it. I'll just leave this out here and pass. Like, that's a choice that's really hard to make, because I could unleash and then get 5 damage out of my kill command, and then finish it off with the 1/1 charger. But that's really like anti-value with my cards. And what am I protecting? I'm really protecting a 3/2 and a 2/4. That it's really just not that important to protect. The Kodo. Okay. So Kill Command will take that out, and my 6-less should take this out. Okay. So how do I want to do this? So 4 into that. So I guess it's actually better for me to Kill Command this, believe it or not, because if I do this, my guy takes 1 extra damage. So the question is, what else do I play with that? It's kind of like I don't have anything else to play if I do that. Which kind of sucks. I could also throw out another Highmane and just hit that one. I guess I'll protect my Highmane. It makes sense. It's just that I don't really like to play. Like I don't really like playing Explosive Trap. Even though I did anyways, I don't really like because it spends my mana perfectly, and I have plays that are gonna take up all my mana next turn. But yeah, like I don't really like doing this play because I don't know if he's gonna play something that Explosive Trap is good against. At worst, it's gonna do 2 damage to his face, which isn't that bad, I suppose. If RNG loves me again, you'll have to tell me. Did it love me again? This looks like a pretty good Unleash turn here. Actually, yeah. I think Unleash is actually the best turn here. I'm gonna play the Taunter, and I'll show you why in a second. Actually, I'll just do it right now. These 2 guys I'm gonna send into the 2/2 to give this guy only 1 health, and then I'm gonna kill it, right? So now I'm at 1 health, and he can just Hero Power kill that. So if I play the Azure Drake, what does that do? That doesn't do anything. If I get swiped, I get owned. If he Hero Powers, I get owned. So this Shieldmaster protects me from almost both of those. I mean, swipe, he can still swipe this and then Hero Power kill it, but yeah, like protecting this with 1 health is somewhat important right now.
They'll never know what.
Play the Knife Juggler here. And another Savannah. I'm thinking about actually killing this. Yeah, I think I actually have to. Because if I don't kill it, then it gets such an efficient trade into my Shieldmaster. I should have, I screwed that up hard, actually. Like, everybody should know what I just did, and don't do what I just did. Instead of summoning the Knife Juggler first, I should have traded the Sen'jin into the guy first, so that the Knife Juggler didn't hit it. Like, the Knife Juggler hit the Grizzly, and that was really bad for me. Whereas if, like, I could have gave myself a shot to hit this 4/4, and that would have been so much better. So, it's very important to remember the misplays that you guys have. And just try to correct them for the next time, because if you correct them, if you, like, bring attention to them, you're very less likely to make that same mistake again. Wow, okay. Oh wow, like freaking Explosive Trap is gonna be so bad versus that. But I still think I have to go to the face here. I think I just have to go for the game now. Like, even though I could get that trade right here, yeah, I think it's better for me to go to the face. If he hits my face, he's gonna die. Oh, man. What are you doing? You lost the game. Oh, wow, this Explosive Trap works with spell power. I honestly have never known that. That is hilarious. Oh, I got the Arcane Shot anyways. But, yeah, I never knew that, actually. Wow, that's amazing. That could be really good.
Versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
the hunt
Okay, so
begin.
I'm probably gonna get rid of all this. I don't want any of it, especially with the coin. Like I'm really looking for my 2-drops and my Worgen Infiltrators, man. Where have my Worgen Infiltrators been? I have 2 of them, right? This is a hand I would constitute as not very good. Probably coin out the Faerie Dragon though. Faerie Dragon is really good against Priest too, because he can't Shadow Word Death it. No, he's gonna take my Arcane Shot, hopefully, or my coin maybe. It kind of hurts. It kind of hurts to use the coin there, because I have Twilight Drake in my hand. But I think I still have to do that. Oh wow, he did have the coin. That's hilarious. I was gonna say too. Every time I do that as a priest, I mind vision on turn 1. I always get the coin. It's kind of cool that I could have done 4 damage to him just from my hand, but it's obviously the incorrect play.
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocator.
Wow. So I didn't draw anything here. So I actually have to double Arcane Shot this. I know that looks horrible, but that's the correct play, believe it or not. Because I don't have a turn 3 play, so it's basically hero power and kill my own Faerie Dragon, which I am not willing to do. This Faerie Dragon is very hard for him to kill right now. I'd probably still go to the face here. Oh, why did I have to draw that? Okay, so I guess I mean, I'm happy I drew it, but I'm also sad I drew it. The thing is, like, Twilight Drake might be better here anyways. I guess it's not. I'll go ahead and just go to the face. It gets more value out of my cards to do it the way I just did it, but like Twilight Drake would have been a Yeti on the field, which can be important, especially against Priest.
Fire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Take 12 wins and you will marry me. Oh gosh. Is it Mad Bomber time, guys? Is it the Bomber hype? I don't think so. I think Twilight Drake is pretty good here. Well, okay, so let me think. I can hit this and then give myself the Bomber, but that's kind of just living the Bomber dream. I just don't think that's possible. I think I have to Azure Drake here. Yeah, he can clear my board, of course, but I think it's still important for me to do this. This Faerie Dragon has been on the field since my turn 1. That's like crazy. This Faerie Dragon has done so much damage. Unfortunately, his time has come now. He's a goner now.
Is someone injured?
Oh, he's gonna kill that and heal it? Okay. That's not that bad of a play. I mean, it gets him a card draw, but then now it doesn't kill my, Whoa, he stole my Deadly Shot. Okay. Okay. I think I just, Highmane here. I mean, I could Kodo and maybe take out the 1/3, which is the only target I'd want to take out. Bomber seems like a really bad option here. Because I could Bomber and Shieldmaster, but that seems like a really bad option. For one, it's not going to kill anything, like unless I get insanely lucky with the Bomber hits. But also, it's putting everything within cleric range of getting a draw power from. I guess I'll Highmane here. I'm not really happy about any of these plays, though. Like, looking back on it, it may have been better for me to Twilight Drake instead of Arcane Shotting. Like, that's kind of where I lost momentum in this game, because the next turn I wasn't able to have an answer for anything for his Silver Hand Knight. He's gonna get so many cards on me. That's crazy. So this game, Unleash the Hounds. Wow, silence. Jeez. Okay. Well, that was unexpected. Okay. I think I Bomber. I Bomber and Stampeding Kodo. Yeah.
Wanna blow something up?
Alright, kill this one. Actually, no, kill this one. Oh, no. I guess it didn't really matter because the Yeti took damage. The reason I did it in this order is just because I didn't want Bomber to hit my own guy. Holy cow, Temple Enforcer too, huh? This is gonna be a big guy. This guy is 4'8". That's like the biggest Twilight Drake I've ever seen. No, not really. It's not really the biggest Twilight Drake, but... Okay. Kill that. So none of my plays are great here. I guess I freeze that. This is probably the best I can do this turn. Instead of just doing 2 damage to the face right now, I want to get as much pressure on the board as I can. Potentially, I can set up some type of lethal, but again, this deck is not about just bursting people down.
Let the pain speak to me.
But it might have to be, because I'm getting further and further behind. So I can do 7, I can do 9 damage to him this turn. Alright, so what else do I have in here? I have a kill command. Hey, thanks for following, Chrono. So I have a kill command. I don't have any more arcane shots. I'm not sure if I have any other direct damage. I think I make this trade, and then I just go to the face. So it doesn't even matter exactly what I play. I want to be able to hero power this turn, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to spend my mana correctly if I do that. I guess I have to do this. Like, this stalls out the game a little bit longer, maybe gives me a chance to draw something better. Like, I'm just really hoping he can't clear all my minions right now. The thing is, if I hero power, I have to bomber and just drop either one of the 5s or one of the 4s, and that's really not nearly as good a play as this. Like, yeah, I get him to 9, but that's really not good enough this turn anyways. Okay, so he doesn't have lethal next turn. Okay. We need... Let me think about this. Maybe I should bomber first. Yeah, I think I should bomber first. I'm definitely going to the face. This is like my only chance here. No, don't hit me, bomber. Alright, good, that's good. He hit him once, Oh, I shouldn't have attacked first. Oh my gosh, I might have lost the damage. Okay, good. Okay. If I got Leok, I would have lost the damage there. Okay. I mean, I'm sad I did it in a way, though. I needed the charger right there. Okay, so we have 1 turn to kill him. We have this next draw to kill him, basically.
You call that a weapon?
Because I'm going to take so much damage here. Well, actually, I might have 2 turns, now that I think about it. No, never mind. I think we lost. But there is a slight chance. There is a slight chance. I might have 1 more draw. The thing is, I just don't know what I could draw. I could draw... Okay, so he has to play a bunch of minions, and I have to get Unleash the Hounds. I think that's my only chance. So Freezing Trap was actually pretty bad there to play. But I think... Oh, wait, no, I'm dead. What am I talking about? Oh, actually, technically, I wasn't dead. 8, 4, 10... Oh no, I was dead. Yeah, he just needed to attack me with the Sea Giant. Attack my minion with the Sea Giant. Yeah, the game started off decently well, but having that many arcane shots in my hand was kind of bad. Like my mana curve wasn't very smooth that game. That's what was unfortunate about it. All right, playing against a mage. I'll keep the bomber and I'll keep the mind control tech probably. It gives me a 3 drop, so I'm happy with that. Well, I got a 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's a very smooth mana curve, but I do have the coin, so it's slightly less good. If he plays like a Worgen, oh never mind. Okay, so I'll save my coin, maybe coin out the animal companion next turn. Like that's kind of how you want to use your coin. You only want to use your coin if you have another play to follow it up. Okay, I'll probably animal companion. Yeah, I'll animal companion. Puffer! To the face. That's such a good card. Like, I wish I would take 100 of those cards if they offered it to me. Animal Companion is amazing. That's kind of bad for me. So my choices are basically risking a bomber, or throwing out mind control tech, or explosive trap. Explosive trap is not going to hit the target. Like, it looks great, but he's definitely not going to attack my face for the explosive trap here. So I'm just going to play mind control tech, and then go to the face. So I'm just glad that my mana curve looks good this game. That's really what I'm happy about.
Yes.
Okay, so I can play my own Taunter or Twilight Drake. Okay, so how do I plan to kill that? I guess I plan to kill it maybe with Bomber. Alright, I'll Twilight Drake here. I'll just go ahead and pass. Or I mean, not with Twilight Drake, with whatever, not with Mad Bomber, with my Twilight Drake. Or whatever 4-drop I plan to put down. This has more health, so it makes more sense. Try to stay as healthy as possible. It's always very important.
The light protects me.
Okay, Explosive Trap looks pretty good here, but it's really not that great. Okay, so 4. I could throw out Mad Bomber now and see what I hit. Could also Unleash the Hounds. What would I do then? I would Unleash the Hounds, or maybe Mad Bomber for... No, I guess Unleash the Hounds, attack, 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 and then Mad Bomber.
I wonder.
Could attack. I could Deadly Shot the Water Elemental if that's what I want to do. Actually, no, I couldn't. What am I talking about? Okay. I think I like this play the best. Maybe it's just because I believe in the Bomber Dream of hitting this 1/1. We'll see though. I mean, if this hits it twice, I'll be happy with that too. Alright. I'll actually go to the face, I think. Because if I kill the 1/1, he has the option of sending his 3 into my 4/4 and then pinning. So I'll give him that option if he wants it. But I'll take the 4 damage to the face. I think it was good for me to hang on to the Deadly Shot here. It might be very invaluable late game. Kona Cold. Okay. That's not that great of an answer. It's okay. But it's not as good as it looks. Probably Shieldmaster this turn. I guess I'll Shieldmaster and Hero Power. I'll save my Explosive Trap for now. I've done quite a bit of damage to him. Like my early Huffer did 8 damage. That's like a Molten Giant hit, you know? It's a lot of damage.
What to do? What to do?
Okay, so I have a few options here. I actually think Azure Drake is probably the best option. Or is Spiteful Smith?
I wonder.
I think actually Spiteful Smith is slightly better. Because he's going to want to make this trade next turn, and I need to have something on the board. Whereas if I put the Azure Drake out, he's more likely to send his 3/3 and his 1/1 into that. So, it's kind of a close play, though.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Behold, the might of Stormwind. Okay, so I can Deadly Shot that next turn if I want to. We'll see, though. He's going to go to the face with that, of course. I would think. Okay, so. Question is, do I Deadly Shot or do 4, 6? I can do 8 damage to him and bring him within 5 health. It's pretty good. I could take the chance with the Deadly Shot, because even if the Deadly Shot does hit the 4/4, it's not that bad for me. Question is, with the Deadly Shot, what do I play? Azure Drake, I guess? So basically my choices are hitting this and then Deadly Shotting for the guaranteed kill. My guy goes to 2 health. He's frozen for 2 turns. I guess it's really close, but I guess I'll play it a little safer and go ahead and make this play. Yeah, I'll play Azure Drake with it. I mean, I could have Azure Drake first to see what I drawn, but I don't think there's anything. Yeah, there's nothing I would have drawn that would have changed that play. But again, you should always use your draw power first. If you can get out that Azure Drake, get that draw power going, then maybe it changes your options. And of course, that's the play you'd want to make. What could that be? I'm going to assume that is Mirror Entity. That's usually what it is. But let's find out. So this is the least minion I can play, basically. I could also attack the face, but I'm pretty sure I want to clear this. Although I can just clear with Arcane Shot. Okay, I think that's fine, actually. Let me attack the face. Oh, it was Ice Barrier. Okay, Ice Barrier I'm perfectly fine with. Alright, so now the question is, yeah, I'll do this. I'll kill this. I'll drop my Highmane and Hero Power. Okay. Yeah, you talking about Flame Strikes in Arena. You should see something that happened to me with Flame Strike in Arena. Let me find it for you real quick. It was honestly like really hilarious. Or at least I thought it was. Okay, so it seems like Stampeding Kodo is pretty good here. I still don't have enough damage to kill him, unfortunately. But this gets value out of my sheep. Like, anytime you can get value out of a sheep, you want to take it against something that can do 1 damage. I don't want to overextend that hard against Flame Strike, so I'll hang on to both of these Faerie Dragons here. Yeah, look at this video of Flame Strike, and then yeah. Oh, the Gadgets and Auctioneer, interesting. So I wonder if that's armor up or not. I guess I'll check with the 3/4 first. Ah, Vaporize. Okay. I think I actually need to kill that, but I could put him at... I could get him so low that I think it's okay for me to attack the face here. The thing is, like, how many spells could he actually have in Arena? That's pretty unlikely that he has that many low-cost minion spells. So I'll take it a little risky and go to the face here. And this sets me up for a better chance at lethal. Next turn. Because worst case scenario, like, he's at 3 health, so I have damage with Explosion Shot, and I also have damage with the Steady Shot as well.
Pass me that arc light spanner.
Man, another secret. Holy crap. Remember when I passed up on that flare during the draft? Boy, it might have been good for me to actually use it here. Okay, so I wonder what that is. Huh. Well, let's find out if it's... Okay, so assuming it's not Ice Block, he's dead. Because if it's Armor Up, I see a lot of people make this mistake. If you have Lethal in hand, you want to do it. Because now if I attack, let's say it's Armor Up or something, even though I think I still have him dead anyways, but let's say I attacked, he would have gained 8 armor, and now my hero power doesn't kill him, so... It might be Ice Block, though. Okay, it wasn't. So we don't know what it was, but... I've seen people mess that up before, so it's important to remember that. It seems simple enough, but you'd be surprised at how often it is to make mistakes like that. It's funny, because when I go back and like watch my videos that I've made, like, I'll make such an easy mistake that I'm like, what? How did I make that mistake? But while you're playing, like, you don't really realize it. And that's why it's important to like, every time you make a play, to analyze it afterwards and say, what did it do for me? Especially, like, 1 or 2 turns later, you can really look back at your plays and say, okay, if I played this differently, would it have mattered now? And that's how you get better. It's weird, you know, I haven't seen my Worgen Infiltrators. I keep saying that, but isn't it weird? I mean, I have 2 of them. Like, why have I not been joining them? Okay, I'm probably gonna get rid of all that. Yeah, definitely getting rid of all that. I have so much early game in my deck that I'm really just looking for the early game. A couple 2 drops, maybe a 3. Oh, there he is. See, look how happy he is. He's very happy. I'm very happy you're here to join us, Worgen Infiltrator. Does he really have a 1-drop too? Don't do that to me. Don't you dare. I just want to show you guys the power of the Worgen Infiltrator. Oh, unfortunately against this it's really bad. But it's okay for me to still play because it has stealth. Next turn I might actually coin out the Animal Companion. Depending on what he plays. If he plays a 1-1, I don't even use anything. I just leave this in stealth basically. Yeah, I got 12 wins with that. It's in my channel. Like, I do a lot of these arena runs. Like, this is the first time I've streamed. This is the first day I've streamed. But I do a lot of those arena runs on my channel. So I've done like quite a few of the classes already. Yeah, I'll actually coin out the Animal Companion here. Let's see what I get. Oh, I got 3 damage now. No, I think I still pass here. Like, dealing 3 damage to the face isn't that important. Saving this, and then now you got to think about it like, wow, if he drops a 3, if he has a 3 drop here, then now my Worgen Infiltrator can even kill that. So that's pretty good. Okay, so that's a fine target for Worgen Infiltrator to hit. Unfortunately, he does get a good trade into that, though. I could also Arcane Shot. No, I think this is fine. I got value out of my Flesheating Ghoul. Whenever you get value like that and make it into a 4/3, that's pretty good. The issue is like, at 4 mana, Paladin has so many cards that deal with 3 and 4 drops. They have True Silver Champion, they have Hammer of Wrath. Yeah, so they have a few options at the 4 mana cost. Like, this is usually where Paladin decides if you win or not. If they can seize control of the game on these turn 4, turn 5 plays, then Paladin does pretty good. Oh, he silenced me. That sucks. That's not the best answer for him, though. Explosive Trap seems awfully good here. But it seems a little unnecessary, actually. I think I'll kill the 2-1 here. There's not too much of a difference, but the difference is that it might be harder for him to clear the 2/4. Like, if I just Explosive Trap and Hero Power, it's not really doing that much. It's protecting my Harvest Golem if he makes a mistake. That's really the only thing it does. Like, it's very obvious. People play around Explosive Trap like crazy, really. Okay, so what can I do here? So I could double Arcane Shot this. I could Arcane Shot to kill it. It's not really a great play for me, though. The thing is like, my mana is not really great right now. If I had 6 mana, this turn would be so much better. I think I actually have to drop out a 5 here. If I drop Faerie Dragon, Arcane Shot, clear, It's not that bad. It's not great though. I think I like this play slightly better. It sets me up better for next turn. Like if he wants to hit this, that's fine. It just saves one of my arcane shots. And now you're starting to see like the difference of not having a hero power that does 1 damage. Like I can't tell you how important that is to have. And that's why you see Druid and Rogue and Mage so popular. Like, wow, the wombo combo here. The wombo combos. That was ridiculous. Wow. Okay. Luckily I can somewhat deal with that, but that was well played. Well played, sir. Gets value out of healing up the Injured Blade Master. Gets value out of healing the Light Warden. It's pretty cool. It's really hard to see that type of synergy in Arena. So when it happens, you gotta appreciate it. Okay, I think I just do this, and then I play my other 5. This is like the most late game I have right now, so. The other well, besides my Savannah Highmanes are pretty good too. But this is like when you want to play the Mercenary, when you have control of the field really. Whoa, okay, here we go. 1 damage, 3 damage. That could have been disastrous. Just had an 11-1 arena, about to win against Paladin, game bug. I restarted, gave me lose. 11-2, get matched with Mage loss. I'm sorry. Would that have been your first 12-1 arena? Hey, at least you got a legendary though, I tell you. That's pretty good. So this will be bad against Consecration, but I think I'll still do it anyways. It's so bad against Consecrate, so I guess I'll actually make the value play, and I'll just do that. I'll save on my Faerie Dragon, because if he does have Consecrate, he wins the game, but this way, at least, he doesn't win the game right there, but he'll be very far ahead of me. I'm sorry. You know, you'll get there. If you win 11-1, that means you'll be back there. 4 into that. 4 into that. Hero. I don't like any of my turns here, unfortunately. I really don't like Mad Bombering in this situation, but I'll try to get the most value trade I possibly can. So the question is, do I want to kill my Faerie Dragon on this Harvest Golem? I guess I do. I guess I'll Mad Bomber here, even though I just said how much I hate doing it. Like, this is so risky, so I'm gonna go to the face no matter what, so let me attack first, in case the Nightmare happens and it kills my Knife Juggler. But this way, I have a Knife Juggler ping, and I have Mad Bomber, so I have 4 different ways to kill this minion. If I don't kill this minion right now, I'm gonna be very sad. Okay, good. Oh, that was beautiful. I love it. Okay. Do I want to play Explosive Trap? I'll have 9 mana. Yeah, I'll play Explosive Trap. I guess I will. I'm not sure if there's a big difference of not playing it or playing it, but maybe this makes him play around Snipe a little bit. Who knows? He might play a small minion.
Silver Moon shall not fall.
Okay. Okay, there's Highmane. Probably just go to the face here. Really glad that hit that minion. As long as it hit 1 minion, I was happy. Definitely gonna go to the face here though. Yeah, that always sucks though when you DC like that, Goth Girls. I understand what you're saying because I've had that happen to me before. Like that just absolutely sucks, honestly. Like they put in the Blizzard put in their reconnect system, but it doesn't seem to work that well. So this is awkward. It's like, oddly enough, the Death Rattle is actually better than the my own Savannah Highmane here. So if I attack this, it definitely dies next turn, but I guess that's not really worth it. Okay, I'll leave the Faerie Dragon in my hand because it's basically just useless at this point. Basically just dies next turn. So I need to draw something like maybe my Kill Command. My Kill Command would be really good. I'm glad he did that. That was a big mistake by him. He should have used the Yeti into my 1/5 probably. Holy cow! That's a Ysera, guys. This is arena, right? All right. So since now it's a little better for me to play the Sen'jin here and the Faerie Dragon. So okay, let me think. This is definitely happening. The 2 to the face is definitely happening, but I'm actually thinking about killing the 3/1 here. Because the 1 damage isn't going to make that big of a difference, I don't think. So I'll do this. Okay, so now this way, putting him at 4 health, it means that he can't use Ysera's Awakening. Oh, well, he just did. Okay, so I guess he gave up.
Greetings, traveler.
Yeah, I don't have music on right now, Wild. At least I don't think I do. Am I playing music right now? Because I shouldn't be. No, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, the reason I'm not is because I'm planning on putting this run up on YouTube. So I don't play music when I do the YouTube runs. But when I play Constructed or I'm just doing Arena just for the fun of it, I always put on Spotify. Yeah, this is the first day of stream, so I don't have all the commands with the only command I have is my YouTube channel, which is this one. That's all I got. I don't have commands for anything else. So I got to spend a little time with that for sure.
Let the hunt begin.
But I did put a schedule down below if anyone's interested in that. I guess I'll keep the mind control tech here because I have the coin and it's a 3-drop. So worst case scenario, at least I have a coin turn 2 play. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty good curve, but of course we're not using Arcane Shot on turn 1. It wouldn't be that great of a play. So now you have to think about this. If you coin out the Mad Bomber here, your turn 2 play is more than likely just going to be steady shotting or Arcane Shotting his 3/2. So you need to think about that before you make any play with coin. If you have another 2-drop, like coining out a2 is very worth it. But since I think I'm okay using the coin here for that, because I really want to apply that pressure as soon as possible, I'm okay making this play. Like, I'm okay sacrificing myself to 2 damage to using steady shot next turn. Uh-oh. I thought that was going to be Defi's Ringleader. If that was Defi's Ringleader, I was in so much trouble. Okay, that sucks that I have to hero power there, but again, that was you know, using the coin. That's kind of what you're sacrificing yourself to. Okay, definitely throw out my 3 here. So the rest of my turns are pretty straightforward. 4, 5, 6. Maybe change it up if Arcane Shot becomes a good option or not. Deadly shot me, huh? Okay. So that sucks that he'll be able to kill my Shieldmaster. But, actually, Mad Bomber here seems like a good option. If it hits it 1 time, then it's good for me. So I'll take the chance on that. Yeah, baby. Never doubt your bombers, guys. Never doubt your bombers. You see that? I had the Arcane Shot ready, so there's like no way it was gonna miss. There's just no way. More than likely, that's gonna happen most of the time. It'll hit the 3/3 most of the time. Thing is, if I just use Shieldmaster there, then my Shieldmaster just dies pretty much for free. I'll probably Azure Drake here. Actually, I could Shieldmaster. Like, it doesn't spend my mana grade, but Shieldmaster doesn't die to what's on his board, like Azure Drake does. I think it's close between the 2. I'll go ahead and Shieldmaster. I don't usually like to do this, spending 4 mana on turn 5. I usually always spend 5, but if what's on his board kills what you're about to play and you have something that's lower mana that doesn't die to it, then sometimes that's the better play. So I'll do that. And this might actually get out and assassinate, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he assassinates this right now.
This is our town.
Oh, so he did have a Defias Ringleader. Interesting. So that's probably... Oh, SI agent. Yep, okay. I was just thinking it could be that. That's fine with me. I will definitely Highmane here. Since he had such a hard time dealing with my Shieldmaster, he's probably going to have a really hard time dealing with Savannah Highmane. And I'm not really worried about Stampeding Kodo having a target. Like, Stampeding Kodo is going to have a target. I'm almost guaranteed. I'm not going to force out the mana. Like, I don't want to be playing mana down every single turn. It's important to play within your mana curve for sure. Ah, the betrayal. Oh, did he assassinate? Yeah, he did assassinate. Okay, that makes sense. That wasn't really that great of a betrayal, though. Like, he had a free exchange into that. Okay, I'll drop my other Highmane here, especially since I drew a 1. It spends my mana perfectly. And, yeah, he had so much trouble dealing with the 6/5 there that it makes sense to do this. Yeah, like, betrayal was not very good there at all, though, because... Like, he could have easily saved onto his betrayal and just brought his own agent to a 3/1, which is again very hard for a hunter to do that much damage. Wow, 2 assassinates. Okay, that's fine. What? Why did he hit that? Oh, Fan and Knives maybe? Or is he just getting it low? Okay, I guess he was just getting it low. That's fine. I actually am not sure why he would want to do that though. So I could Arcane Shot that, but that doesn't seem like a great answer. I'll go ahead and Azure Drake here. Flesheating Ghoul sounds perfect to me. Really glad I drew that. I'll keep this guy in stealth, and I'll use the I'll make him pay for attacking that 2/1 there. I'll just make sure I exchange that one into it. Saving the Worgen Infiltrator is really nice. You can keep it in stealth, and that's why it's so good. It becomes a late game card basically. Anytime you need 2 damage, bam, you got 2 damage there in the stealth. See, look, I can take out an Argent Commander. How OP is that? I think I'll do that instead of Arcane Shotting, because this Arcane Shot does 3 damage now with the Azure Drake. So that can take out even a bigger target. Although I should count my damage, huh? I have 6, 8, 12, 14 damage. So not enough damage to kill him. We'll see what I draw here. Freezing Trap? Okay, I'm fine with that. I'll play Freezing Trap and just Hero Power. I'm starting to get him really low. And I actually am going to be 1 off lethal if I don't draw any damage. Next turn. You know, I don't think I updated my my current run. Okay, well, I'll just update it after this game. Oh, the Kodo value, huh? Eviscerate, too. Wow. Okay, that was a good turn for him. And he's going to get his Kodo back in hand. That was a really good turn for him. Rhino. So I could charge. Which seems... Oh, actually, that seems like a bad option. What am I talking about? Because what's going to happen is, right, if I charge with this, I go to the face. I guess I could clear his minion off the board. With that play. But what would happen, let's say I threw this out there and threw this out there like I was thinking of doing, and then doing 5 damage to the face and have those minions. He's going to try to attack, and then that's going to bounce back to his hand, and then all of a sudden he's going to throw out Kodo and get the massive Kodo value. So, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I have to use my Arcane Shots here to clear the 3/5. Because, I don't want that same play to happen. Well, it's Arcane Shot or Stampeding Kodo. So, I guess this might be a better play than double Arcane Shotting it. I'm not 100% sure on that play though. Like, I think it might have been better to double Arcane Shot just save for like value-wise the Stampeding Kodo, but we'll see. Wow, he needs to stop doing that. Why is he doing that? He must have a shiv or something. Very surprised that he would do that. Like he's just taking free damage. Like I understand what he's trying to do, but So I could let that bounce back to its hand, or I daily shot it. I think I just daily shot it. Wait, how much damage do I have? I have 5, 7, 9, 11. So I'm really close, but I don't have enough. I'm just gonna daily shot it. Yeah, okay. So I have lethal next turn with just what's in hand. Like, that's a play, though, that can... What I made with summoning the Stampeding Kodo over Arcane Shotting. Yeah, that's like a play that can win you the game or lose you the game. And it turns out that it was the right play this turn, though.
Well played.
Well played.
Alright, we are 7-1. Yep, so I forgot to update it. My bad. I really want to start doing like straw polls for my arena runs. And I really want to do something with the viewers. I know Trump has done this before, and maybe other streamers, but I really want to do like where the viewer picks each card. I think that'd be really fun. So my question, I'm definitely getting rid of that. I'm going to keep the Worgen Infiltrator, but do I want to keep the Mind Control tech? It's a turn 3 play. So I guess I'll go ahead and keep it. Hey, thanks for following, Kim No. I hope I said that right. Kim No? I think so. Yeah, that looks right to me. Oh no! Look what happened, guys.
Greetings.
So now if I play Worgen Infiltrator, I can't Mad Bomber on my next turn. But I think I'll take that risk of not Mad Bombering next turn. Because this prevents him from playing anything pretty much. Like, it's so good against Totem too. Oh boy. I'm so tempted to risk it, but I guess I won't.
First kill.
I so want to risk it though, but that could be so disastrous for me. So so my Mad Bomber could kill my Worgen Infiltrator, and then perhaps even miss the Leper Gnome. So whatever, it gets a Leper Gnome, and it gets a board position on the field, so I'm okay with it. That's all right. All right, good job, Bomber. At least you hit him twice. So I did say that right? Okay, good. I'm glad. What's up, GG? I'm done. I got that one right. Oh, that's a lightning bolt for sure. Don't lightning bolt me. Oh, rock fighter. Okay. That's actually a much better answer for him because now he doesn't overload on his next turn. Throw a mind control tag out here. Sergamir, thanks for following, man. Appreciate it. Tell me, do you guys hear the little coin noise on your side? I hope so. Because I said a little coin noise to the follow, and I'm hoping that works correctly because it's actually kind of funny. So I don't have anything to play here, so I could Houndmaster, and I think I actually will Unleash the Hounds here because I don't have another play to make. And Unleash the Hounds will save my 3-2 from dying basically because it's gonna be a 3-2 after I hit the 1-3 here. That's not a super fantastic play, but it'll work out, I think. Alright. Could Animal Companion and then possibly kill that. But I think the safer play is just the Azure Drake here. Let's see what I draw. Just because I don't have a turn 2 play. And worst case scenario is I can Arcane Shot the Unbound Elemental next turn. Forked Lightning. Jeez, that's going to be really big. That's going to be hard to get over, maybe. We'll see what he does. Probably need to, well, I guess I could drop this. I'll go ahead and do that. Just because I have Animal Companion, and that makes it good for next turn. Oh, he had a hex. Okay, that's fine for me. That's not that bad. Because now my, like, it was either that was gonna get hexed or my Highmane was gonna get hexed. I think we actually deadly shot that. So we'll Animal Companion and then deadly shot. Alright, so cool. I got Kodo value here. Definitely what you want out of your Kodo here. Okay. I think Highmane's a pretty good option here, and I'll also Freezing Chat because, like sending a Yeti back to his hand, the Yeti for 6 mana, that's pretty good actually. That's good value out of the Freezing Trap, if that's what happens. He's probably wondering what my trap is. Like maybe he's trying to play around Sniper or something. I know I would play around Snipe here. Like it seems like it could be Snipe. It's either Snipe or Freezing Trap. Those are like the only 2 options. It's not going to be Misdirection, and it's not going to be Explosive Trap. Okay, so he's just going to play it again. That's fine with me. So now, this is the point of the game when you play Hunter. Like, you actually have to decide if you want to go for the face or you want to keep clearing. I guess it depends on what I draw. Because I can get a great trade right here. But I could also do 9 damage. I could do 11 damage to him. Which I think I actually value that more. It's a close call between the two, but like getting in that last damage, especially when you have only 1 card in hand and it's not an instant damage, like getting that last damage into his face could be very important. Oh, holy cow, what a good answer. That was so good. Ah, he lost the roll though. He lost the roll there. That's unfortunate for him. If it would have killed my my Gnomish, if it would have did 4 damage to my Gnomish, I would have had to count on a bomber to do 1 damage. Wait a second, did that say Diamond League player? That is hilarious. In like the little scrolly wheel, like where they say different stuff, I'm pretty sure that said Diamond League player. I've never seen that before. That is actually really funny. Alright, so I'll keep the Mad Bomber, and I think I'll keep the Mind Control tech. It's kind of weird because I've drawn this Mind Control tech like every game in a row now. At least that's what it feels like. Like I feel like I always have this card in my hand. But that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that smooth mana curve. Especially with the type of deck that I have. Okay, I think I'll Mad Bomber here. As long as that hits it 1 time, I'll be happy. Because then I can kill it off with, oh, Mad Bomber. That could be disastrous. That could be so disastrous, because if he probably has Frostbolt, and he definitely has the coin, so... yeah, if that hit it once, that would have been really good for me with Arcane Shot. Oh, okay, so he ended up pinning it anyways. So it made no difference. I'll choose the Animal Companion over Mind Control Tech here. That's a great draw. Because now if he has Frostbolt, he has to waste his coin too to pin it. Alright, Yeti. So I'll probably have to finish that Yeti off with an Arcane Shot. The question is, what else do I play here? I think I like this play the best. This gets in the most damage I can.
Drink with me, friend.
Okay, so I think I just Arcane Shot this guy and drop Sen'jin. It spends my mana grade and it keeps my Faerie Dragon alive. Faerie Dragon is one of the, like, it is the best 2-drop that you can have against Mage. It's so good against Mage.
Tazdingo! Yes.
Okay, that could be a problem. I think all I do is freeze it this turn. Alright, so let me think. He doesn't have coin anymore, so he can't coin out Flame Strike. So I think it's perfectly fine for me to pass here. Because the sending the 5/5 into the 3/5 is what I want to do.
None.
Holy cow, it's a Black Knight. Holy crap. What? Is this arena? Oh my gosh. That was a Black Knight, guys. That was a Black Knight. Wow. I don't even know what to say now after that. That was pretty intense. Alright, so I need to play around Flame Strike as much as possible. Which is like insanely hard with my deck, I must say. So I could kill that, and then my guy would be at 1 health. Ah. Okay, let me think what's the best way for me to play around Flame Strike right now. I only want to play 1 minion, so it's basically Mind Control Tech or Worgen Infiltrator. I guess Mind Control Tech is probably better here. Or is it actually? I mean, it's one more damage. I guess it's slightly better. Not that much, though. You have to be able to play around that Flame Strike. Like, you have to assume that they have Flame Strike. Otherwise, you just overextend and you lose. I can't believe he had a Black Knight. Like, we had this game under control. Black Knight is just, like, ridiculously good. Oh, so I guess he doesn't have, he either doesn't have Flame Strike or he didn't want to use it for some reason. Okay, I'm definitely going to need to go to the face here. So how much damage do I have? I have 8, 10. I'm so close to lethal. I'm within 1 of lethal right now. So if the Mad Bomber Dream hits... If Mad Bomber Dream hits... Oh no, if Mad Bomber hits, I won't have game either. Because I won't have enough mana. So it would have to be like an insane Mad Bomber Dream. But I think I'm willing to play it. It could be also disastrous. It could be very disastrous, but I think I'm willing to risk it.
I wonder.
Because the thing is, like, getting him to 1 might be kind of important this turn, though. Especially if he has a taunter. Like, tell me this, why isn't Worgen Infiltrator? Why isn't that a beast? Is it just because that would be OP? Like, am I right? Is that not supposed to be a beast? Oh, man. Okay. I think I'll just do this play. I'm not super excited about it, but the reason I don't like this play is because now it gives away my hand, right? He pretty much wins or loses this turn. Whereas if I don't play it, then he's at 5 health. He may think, okay, if I clear the board, then hey, maybe I have a chance here. I'll heal myself up. And then maybe he has a chance, but yeah. So he has 5 mana, so he can Earthen Ring. Yeah, like see if he Earthen Rings here, or he has any type of heal, then yeah, I'd be in trouble. But the reason I did play it is because it's more likely he has a taunt. If he has a taunt, then suddenly my Rhino isn't as good.
Well played.
All right, so we're actually at 9 wins. That's higher than I predicted. I predicted 8, so.
Rexa versus Jaina.
Is this the same mage? I don't think it is.
Let the hunt begin.
Wow, I have a Knife Juggler in this deck. Who would have known? I don't think I've seen the Knife Juggler like twice the whole run. I'll definitely keep the Knife Juggler, of course, though. This is a really great card. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. That's just what you want to see. So I think some people might actually coin out the Knife Juggler here, which isn't that bad of a play, but I would always save onto the coin and just play the Worgen Infiltrator here. Like, I understand the play that you're making with the Knife Juggler because you're thinking that, okay, on turn 2, then I can Worgen Infiltrator and maybe Arcane Shot something, and then get like some use out of your Knife Juggler. But I really like doing 1 damage to the face with Knife Juggler is really not that great. getting this out and making him maybe change his play up. Like, maybe he doesn't drop a 3-2 here. Okay, that's fine. I just keep it in stealth. Question is, what else do I play? I could coin out the Animal Companion, which actually seems like a great option here. Because now, if I get Leok, I buff it up, I can kill it. If I get the Taunter, hey, that's a great minion. If I get the Charger, well then, hey, I do 4 damage to the face. Okay, sweet.
First kill. Sisters.
What? Oh gosh, what do I do with that? That's gonna be a 5 next turn. Because he can just ping it and then kill my 2/4. I do not like that play. So I have to kill it and then I guess I Arcane Shot it. That saves my Leok from dying. And then I guess I'll play Knife Juggler with it. Yeah. That minion is somewhat good in Mage because you can ping it yourself and then take out a Yeti with that. I mean that's like really good if you think about it. Tauren Warrior is somewhat good in Mage. That's why Berserker is so good, because it does the same thing for 2 mana. Another River Croc, huh? Alright. I probably just go to the face here. Mind Control Tech seems to be my only option. Yeah, I'll definitely go to the face here.
Engaging TC-130 mental dislocation.
I'm glad that hit, actually. Like, the fact that it hit that means he can't just trade freely into my Leok. He might be able to clear my board here, but at least I have a good turn 5 play. I'm drafting a first-time Shaman Arena, but I'm stuck between a Lava Burst and an Emperor Cobra as my first draft pick. So that's your very first draft pick. So that's very important to remember because that could very well change if you had something else in hand. 1 second. So I'll Deadly Shot that, I think. And then I'll play Faerie Dragon. I would not Deadly Shot this if I didn't have the 2-drop. If I didn't have the 2-drop, I would just play the 5. Of course you Deadly Shot first before summoning so that you get that extra 1 damage in with the Knife Juggler. Okay, so Emperor Cobra or Lava Burst. Personally, I would choose the Emperor Cobra, because that is always going to be a good minion. Even if it's a late game minion, it's still going to take out anything. If you play it on turn 3, hey, it still trades with anything anyways. Lava Burst is a card that it's really not that great in Arena. It's like, it could be situationally great, but most of the time it's not going to be that great. Alright, I'll put out Spiteful Smith here, and then I'm just going to go to the face. I'm somewhat glad that hit the Yeti instead of his face, because maybe Mad Bomber. Maybe the Mad Bomber dream happens. Okay, Fireball. He's going to ping, of course. And then probably kill my 3-2.
Wanna blow something up?
Good job, Bomber. So a Twilight Drake is a 4-2 right now. I mean, I'm glad I didn't play it in the other order, because Twilight Drake, it would have been less of a chance to kill the Yeti there. But it kind of sucks that it is a 4-2. But it's better for me to play this now, because next turn, who knows, maybe I get an Arcane Shot, and I have to end up using it, and then, I mean, I guess that was a bad example, but yeah, just sending this out there with 2 health is much better than 1 health. I'll say that. That Bomber, I know, dude. Hey, you gotta draft your Bombers. It's a very important card. Ah, the secret. What could that be? I really hope that's, actually, I don't know what I hope that is. There's really nothing that's gonna be good for me. Oh, man. This sucks. I think I have to wait a turn. Well, let me think here. So I send the Rhino out. The Rhino trades amazingly well with my 3-2. If this is Mirror Entity. I'm assuming it's Mirror Entity now that I attacked. So that means it's not Armor Up and it's not Vaporize. So the only other things it could be is Counterspell, Spellbender, and Mirror Entity. Mirror Entity is the most common one. It's the one that you want to play around. The thing I am thinking about, though, is actually Frost Elementaling out there. it does set me up for lethal next turn, and more than likely he's going to have to send his 5/5 into my 5/5. Whereas if I play the Rhino here, he's just going to send his Rhino into my 3/2 and get a really good trade. This is really close between not doing it and doing it. I think I'm actually going to do it, though. So I'm assuming this is Mirror Entity. Yeah, it is. Okay. The thing is, like, I have so many spells in my hand, or in my deck. I have so many Arcane Shot, there we go. Arcane Shots and Explosive Traps and a bunch of different traps that it might be a long time before I can actually Rhino again. So, I want to be able to get this out there. Oh, he healed up. Wow. It might have saved him. For a little while, anyways. Alright, so again, I need to do as much damage as possible here. I think I'll save my charge. So, taunt up. So so playing Sen'jin here, what does it do? It basically means that he sends the 5/5 into the Shieldmaster, and then 3/3 into my 3/2. So it just dies, basically, and does 2 damage to that. That's not that great. But, yeah, I'll actually save it. There's no reason to play the Sen'jin Master there. The Sen'jin Master, jeez. The Shieldmasta. There you go. Yeah, hey, Beastly, man, that's what I'm saying. You gotta believe in the Mad Bomber, right? Oh, no. What could that be? These secrets, man, I'm telling you, they're gonna be the death of me. Okay, so I think I actually passed. To believe it or not. No, actually, you know what? I could Highmane. So if he gets a Highmane, he's gonna have 11, 14 damage. So what do I lose to? I lose to Pyroblast, but he's only at 1 card. And the thing is, like, he has to deal with a Highmane if he doesn't have game, which is gonna be very hard for him to deal with. Of course, I do have game next turn if that's not Armor Up or Vaporize. So I think it's actually safer for me to play the Highmane here. I think I actually have to play the Highmane. I don't want to play the Taunter. Like, the Taunters could get in my way next turn. So, this is a little, it's like a little iffy, but we'll see. Ah, that's not good for me. Or it could be good, it could be bad. Is there a hidden elo for Arena?
Well
No.
played.
There's not.
Someday I'll be just like you.
I'm actually gonna play it the safe way. It might be Ice Block, though. Should we go for the Mad Bomber Dream here? And this is not bad Mandarin. This is not wanting to attack the face because it might be Armor Up. So this is just playing it the safest way. Well, actually, Mad Bombering isn't the safest way possible, obviously, but yeah, we're just going for the Mad Bomber Dream here. Oh my gosh! Yes! Yes! The Mad Bomber. Gotta believe in him. See, that was probably Armor Up. That wasn't Ice Block. So it was either Counterspell or Spellbinder, whatever, Spellbreaker, whatever that one's called, or it was Armor Up. So hey, maybe attacking was maybe not attacking won me the game. You never know. All right, let's keep going. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Beastly. I appreciate the compliment, man.
Valera.
All right, so I'll keep the Mind Control tech again. Why does this card keep showing up in my hand? But yeah, we'll keep it. All right, sweet. So I have the Worgen Infiltrator. Of course, I do have the Bomber in my hand. So again, we're gonna be careful with that. We're not going to Bomber our own 2/1. Even though we trust the Bomber, I'm not saying we don't trust him, guys. We definitely trust him, but we don't trust him that much. Pretty sick. Okay, so I think I'll actually coin out the Mind Control tech here. I want to play something. I'm not gonna attack.
Into this location.
I'll animal companion first in case I get Leok, because if I get Leok, I can send another 3. Ah, perfect. Okay. Sweet. To the face. If I didn't get Leok, I would have sent my 3/3 in.
Tazdingo! Yes.
I could Mad Bomber here. I could double Mad Bomber. I don't think that's the correct play though. I think Arcane Shotting, setting the 3/3 in, and then playing Mad Bomber. So hey, what the heck? I might as well Mad Bomber. I don't think there's any reason for me not to Mad Bomber. If this hits this 3 times, I just retire. All right, it hit 4, so I don't have to use my Arcane Shot here.
Who are you?
The question is, do I want to Bomber again? Yeah, Bombering again is really risky. Just because I don't want this to hit this one time, because then he can do 1 damage to me. So it's pretty close, but I'll play Hero Power here. I have such low spells in my hand that there's a good chance that I'll be able to Explosive Trap and play Mad Bomber on the same turn. So I'll choose the Hero Power over Explosive Trap there. What do I do here? So my choices are basically Knife Juggler, Mad Bomber, and then Arcane Shot maybe. So let's say Knife Juggler hits the 50-50. Okay, hits the 50-50. He goes down to a 3/5. Mad Bomber hits it. It needs to hit it twice for that to happen. That seems very unlikely. Or no, does it need to hit it once? Yeah, it needs to hit it once for me to be able to make that trade. That might be my best play. My only other play is the Gnomish Inventor and then pass. So maybe it's just time to believe in the Knife Juggler here. I'm really not a big fan of my hand, but I don't really have that much of a choice. All right, come on, Mad Bomber. Hit this once. And Knife Juggler has to hit this once. Oh, Bomber. All right, well, at least that hit. So I just have to pass here. So more than likely, I have to Arcane Shot next turn. He's gonna... Actually, I don't know what he's gonna do. Oh, wow, he's gonna do that. That's a little surprising to me. Because now it means that he may not be able to kill my my Leok here. Probably Freezing Trap and clear that. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to spend my Mana Grade this turn.
Yeah, you got it.
I mean, yeah. So that kind of sucks, but okay, well, whatever. That's pretty bad that he's going to have a 4/5 Taunter here. That's pretty bad for us. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to get over that. But we'll find a way, guys. We'll find a way, hopefully.
Pass me that arc-light spanner.
Okay, well, at least he can't play it this turn. You gotta always look at the bright side, right? There's always a bright side to everything. For the most part. Okay, let's draw a card. Alright, so we got that. Okay, so my Faerie Dragon is really bad against everything. So I'll just Hero Power to the face. Alright, big Taunter guy's coming out this turn. It's not good for us. Unless he wants to clear my board. If he wants to... Okay, that's what I thought. Probably just goes to my face. Oh, he wants to clear it. Okay, yeah, now that makes sense, actually. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. So, this is really close between Hero Powering and not. I guess I'll Hero Power. Because what I figure he's going to do, if I play Explosive Trap, it's really just going to break the Divine Shield, which is not that great for me. Like, what he's going to do is if I play this trap, he's going to assume it's Explosive Trap more than likely. Or Freezing Trap, and either one he's going to use one of his either his 2/2 or his 2/1, probably his 2/2, and maybe attack this this Gnomish Inventor, and he's going to get a really good trade, and then he's going to attack my face, and Explosive Trap is just going to break the Divine Shield, which is not that great for me. I think valuing 2 damage to the face right now, and then playing this Explosive Trap when I can also Hero Power in the same turn is probably the correct play here. Oh, the Assassinate. Alright, well that's good for my Explosive Trap. So like this play that he made right here, he would not have made this play if I had the trap up. I think I'll hang on to my Deadly Shot. And I'm actually going to play everything here except Deadly Shot. I don't think there's a reason for me not to. Question is, do I send those? I think I do. Because then I won't even need my Deadly Shot. Because I can put this down to 2 health. So it's very obvious I have Deadly Shot now, of course. Or not Deadly Shot, it's very obvious I have Explosive Trap. But I don't, maybe he can't play around that. So we'll see. He's probably going for game right now. Yep. He messed that up, by the way. Because now I might have game with what's on the field. Whereas he should have sent his minions that were gonna die. Oh, well, he had Blade Fury. Okay, so never mind what I said. He played that smart. Or maybe not smart, but he had an answer for it. Okay. Question is, do I have to Deadly Shot the 2-1? I don't think I win by Deadly Shotting the 2-1 here. So if he has game, he has game. He needs to get 6 damage off this turn though. That could be hard. It's much harder in Arena than it is in Constructed. Oh boy, this is gonna be a really close game. It's pretty much if this Deadly Shot hits his 5/5 or not, I'm pretty sure. Or if I draw something, of course. I didn't draw something. Okay, so this Deadly Shot has to hit the 5/5 or we lose. Pray to the 50-50 gods. Oh, I'm scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. Alright, I'm definitely playing this too. Okay. Alright, you guys ready? Yes! Okay, we have a chance. He needs 2 damage now. Just don't 2 damage me. No! Why? Why? I guess it's only fate, right? My Deadly Shot hit is 5/5, so that's pretty lucky to do that. What's my main class? I love Paladin. Paladin's my favorite, but it's not that viable, so I play Druid a lot more. But it made me nervous too, man. Trust me.
Versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Oh man, we got the Worgen Infiltrator Mad Bomber again. Question is, do I want to keep the Twilight Drake? I think I get rid of it because, yeah, I think I actually get rid of that. I'm honestly thinking of getting rid of the Mad Bomber here because I'm going first. The chances of me getting another 2 go down if I don't get rid of this. I'm actually gonna get rid of the Mad Bomber here. That could be a giant mistake. I don't know. Okay. It wasn't that great for me. I need another 2 here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have kept it. I mean, there's a good chance on turn 2 I Hero Power even with Mad Bomber, because what's the chances of him actually playing a 1 here that I can kill? It's very unlikely.
Mind if I roll knee?
Oh, but he actually did. Wow. Alright, I'm very sad now. But I have another Worgen Infiltrator. I'll actually do that over playing the, over just Hero Powering. Really not that big of a deal. Hopefully. Alright, that's fine. Oh, he's got a coin, right? Oh, you already coined. You already coined. Okay. That's good. Huffer. Huffer! Ask and you receive, guys. Ask and you receive. That's what I'm saying. All those times I asked for Leok, it comes. It comes when you ask.
The light protects me.
Whoa. What's that? Aw, man. That is the one problem with Huffer. Huffer actually wasn't that great, I guess. Flesheating Ghoul seems like a great option here. Since I don't have another 4, that makes sense to me. Okay. This punishes him for having to ping that next turn, because now my Flesheating Ghoul is going to be a little bit bigger. And he obviously doesn't have a Frostbolt, unless he just drew it. Because he would have used the Frostbolt on the Huffer there. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So unfortunately I cannot Arcane Shot that. So my plays are Freezing Trap Hero Power or Mind Control Tech Hero Power. And I think I like Mind Control Tech Hero Power better. And then go to the face, of course. Next turn I have Savannah Highmane, so that'll be really good. It really just depends on what his play is now. If his play is just clear my board and not get a lot of minions on the field, then Highmane is going to be awesome. But if he has like a minion right here, then it's not Highmane's not going to be nearly as good. Okay. That's okay, I guess. Okay, so my plays are Freezing Trap. He's going to activate the Argent Squire almost guaranteed. But I could play a Shieldmasta with that. I could Hero Power Master. I could kill that, but I think Highmane is just the best minion to play in this scenario.
Someday I'll be just like you.
We're doing a lot of damage to him, which is nice. He's gonna kill that, really. That's a little surprising. And he pings my face. Huh. That doesn't make much sense to me. So what could that be? What could that be? That's... why would he attack me first, though? I'm so confused right now. I'm literally so confused. I'm thinking that might be Vaporize. But, I think I still have to make the play anyways. Okay, so it wasn't Vaporize. Question is, do I even want to Arcane Shot him? So I can put him down to 6. Next turn I can do 4 damage. So let's say I Kodo. Kodo kills that. He gets a 3/5. And then what do? I guess I just Hero Power. The thing is, I'm thinking about Arcane Shotting the 3/2. That could easily mean he has Flame Strike. The problem is, though, is Flame Strike is really not great against just the Highmane. It's just setting up for next turn. So I need to do as much damage. I need to Hero Power this turn. So it's basically, do I want him to have a Shieldmasta or a Stampeding Kodo? I think I want him to have a Shieldmasta. I'm going to hang on to my Arcane Shot here. Yep, okay, so then I just Hero Power here, too. Yeah, alright. This doesn't set me up for lethal next turn if he can clear my board. If he can't clear my board, then I'm fine. Man, I'm within 1 for lethal right now. Okay, this gives me the best chance of lethal.
You know, take candle.
Yeah. So we had game multiple ways here. That's pretty good.
Well played.
Okay, sweet.
Shall be mine. Let the hunt begin.
The only thing I'm going to keep here is the Animal Companion. I'm going to get rid of everything else. Give me 1 sec real quick.
I greet you. Greetings, traveler.
That's a pretty good draw. I'll take it. Pretty glad to get that, honestly. I was actually thinking of coining out the Explosive Trap there, but... I think I'll actually Explosive Trap here. It's pretty good. It's basically doing the same thing Vaporize does, except it's doing 2 damage to his face, so that's an extra bonus. But it was basically that or coin out an Animal Companion, which could be disastrous. If I get Huffer, it was pretty disastrous. Okay, I'll probably coin out the Shieldmaster here. So he wasted power overwhelming, so that's good. Oh, and I got Huffer. Yay. Huffer. Oh man. I think I'll actually make this play. Because next turn I have the good old charge with Highmane. This has better stats, obviously, but again, I'm thinking about the next play, and the next play is going to be Highmane, if this stays alive. I think I'll actually clear that with Highmane. Because then my guys get charged as well, so this is kind of a... It's really good synergy with the Rhino. It does less damage overall for right now, but it clears a huge 5/5 minion off the board and gives me more board presence. Oh, nice. I'm really glad I discarded... He discarded Soulfire there. Alright, so what can I do here? So I can Knife Juggler. Alright, so I have 2, 4, 6, 8 damage. So if Knife Juggler hits, then we win, guys. If Knife Juggler misses, well, then we just win on the next turn. Alright, come on. It's a 50-50, guys. Mad hype. Mad hype. Here we go. Come on, Knife Juggler. Come on, baby. No, Knife Juggler. Why? Why did you let me down? That was all for the hype right there, too. Okay. Well, we win on the next turn. With just what's in our hand. So that's always good.
Well played.
It's the Soulfire. It's coming. Alright, man. So we did it. We got to 12 wins somehow. Sweet. Raise the roof, guys. Raise the roof. Alright, sweet. Let's open some presents. Pretty cool. Golden Lightning Bolt and a Golden Commanding Shout. Commanding Shout's kind of bad, but look at this. I'm still analyzing cards in the pack. I mean, does that even make sense? Oh gosh. What have I done to myself? I'm analyzing cards in the pack now. No, but yeah, really. Commanding Shout, Golden Commanding Shout's not that great, so. Sweet. Sweet. Sea Giant. So thanks for watching, guys. That's it. We managed to get to the 12-2 mark, which is great. Tell me in the comments what you thought about the run, maybe what you would have done differently on certain plays. And yeah, so let me know what you think. Let me know what class you want me to play next, and I'll try to get on that as soon as possible. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment below. And yeah, thanks for watching.